Hello, my beautiful friends. If you are new here, my name is Shay. Thank you for stopping by and checking out my channel. If you are returning, hey girl, hey, hi guy, hey, and let's go ahead and get started. All right, you guys, so it is here, my February TBR, and honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I'm a bit excited. I'm a bit excited, and I am excited because obviously it is Black History Month, okay? And with that, I mean, it's only right that I only read books by Black authors. Like, that's a no-brainer. And so honestly, when I started my channel months ago, I already planned for this to kind of be like the setup for February. And so, well, the plan, not the setup. And so therefore I am excited that it's finally here. As of today, it is February 2nd when I am recording this February TBR. I may not get to post it until after the video I plan to edit and post before this one, which would be my January wrap up. You guys should get this video before February 8th. If all things go as planned, you guys will see it then. Okay, so should we just go ahead and jump in? Let's go ahead and jump in. I'm excited again to read all of these books. Now, I did have some other books initially on the list. Of course, I crossed it out, but I said, you know what, I'm going to focus on authors I have not read. Also books that I've had on like either my shelf or I've had saved on my Everend app or on my, you know, obviously to be read list for quite some time. And so yeah, that's how I kind of got down to this list. Let's just go ahead and get right into these books that I plan on reading for the month of February. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the month of January off with Before I Let Go by the Miss Kennedy Ryan. I don't think I really need to explain this book because I feel like everyone and their mama except for me has read this book and it's long overdue. I know one of my friends, she told me about this author, oh my gosh, sometimes last year, if not at the end of 2023. I know that she raves about her. So when I finally do read this, I know she's gonna be so excited. And so I can't wait to finally like make her proud and tell her like, girl, I finally did it. I jumped on the Kennedy Ryan train. I don't think I need to explain it. However, just for shits and giggles, I'll go ahead and read the back of this book. So it says, their love was supposed to last forever, but when life delivered blow after devastating blow, Yasmin and Josiah Wade found that love alone couldn't solve or save everything. It couldn't save their marriage. Yasmin wasn't prepared for how her life fell apart, but she's finally starting to find joy again. She and Josiah have found a new rhythm, co-parenting their 2 kids and running a thriving business together. Yet like magnets, they're always drawn back to each other, and now they're beginning to wonder if they're truly ready to let go of everything they once had. Soon, one stolen kiss leads to another, and then more. It's hot, it's illicit, it's all good, until old wounds reopen. Is it too late for them to find forever, or could they even be better the second time around? Y'all, I'm not even gonna lie, that sounds really, really good. I'm a bit embarrassed to say, but I feel like this is my first time reading these synopses thoroughly. I really think this is my first time reading the synopsis in its entirety. So I am excited. Like, I'm excited. I already have it downloaded on my Kindle. It's right here. She right there. So she ready to go. I'm excited. And I also plan to do a reading vlog for this one because it has been long overdue. So if I do execute it as I have planned, hopefully you guys will see that after this video. But first book of the month will be Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. For the next book, book number 2, I am also excited because this has been on my bookshelf for quite some time too, and I also have not read this author, but anytime I hear about her, I hear nothing but great things. And so that is Miss Tia Williams, and I will be reading 7 Days in June finally. Again, another one of these books that everybody and their mama has read except for me, except for your girl, except for Shay. So yeah, 7 Days in June by Miss Hill Williams. I also do not believe that these books need any introduction. I would try to quickly sum it up. If my memory serves me correctly, it says 15 years to forget. So it seems like it took decades, several years, for these people who have once met. They had like a little fling, I believe, when they were younger. The female character name is Eva and the male's main character is Shane. From my understanding, they are both authors. I believe it seems like they reconnected again 15, maybe 20 years later at some type of convention, writing convention, workshop type of thing. And from there, they just pretty much rekindled. I believe it said that he broke her heart when they were younger. And so I am really excited just to experience Black love, and just like, again, just the rekindling of something that once was, and to kind of see how they interact now in their present time. So again, that is 7 Days in June by Hill Williams, and that is book number 2 for the month of February. Next one, now this is my last physical book that I actually own, and this book also has been on my shelf for quite some time. Initially, when I did hear about it, it caught my attention, but obviously, as we all know, as book lovers, you discover newer books that are a bit more shiny, and you never get to all of the books that you already own. And so I feel like this is one of those that falls into that category. But since I am being very intentional on reading authors I have not read any of their material, that's where this next one comes in. So book number 3 is Blood Debts by Terry Benton Walker. Excuse me, Terry J. Benton Walker. And can we just admire this cover? Beautiful. Just so simply beautiful. I really love how red and purple, just goes together. Red is my favorite color, but I just really, really love that. But if I'm not mistaken, this is actually a duology. And so obviously, if I absolutely love this book, which I really, really hope that I do, I will then move on to book 2. But I don't actually own book 2. I only own book 1. And so I will go ahead and read the synopsis on the back to you guys, because I really don't think I can explain it any better than it is written. 30 years ago, a young woman was murdered. A family was lynched, and New Orleans saw the greatest magical massacre in its history. In the days that followed, a throne was stolen from a queen. On the anniversary of these brutal events, Clement and Christina Trudeau, the 16-year-old twin heirs to the powerful, magical, dethroned family, discover their mother is cursed by someone on the very magic council their family used to rule. Someone who will come for them next. Chris swore off magic for good after a spell she cast turned fatal, and Clem treats magic like a distraction from his anger and pain, even better than the random guys he hooks up with. Chris and Clem used to be each other's most trusted confidant and friend. Now they barely speak. But if they have any hope of discovering who is after their family, they'll have to find a way to trust each other and their family's magic, all while solving the decades-old murder that sparked the still rising tensions between the city's magical and non-magical communities. And if they don't succeed, New Orleans may see another massacre or worse. Ooh, that sounds like it's gonna be really, really good. You got family secrets, you got magic. It seems like it's the justice, and it's crazy because book number 2 is called Blood Justice. It seems like their family's justice in the hands of these 2 freaking 16-year-olds. This is going to be good. I cannot wait to get to this. I cannot wait. I actually got this book last year too. I believe in one of my very first hauls of oh my gosh, from Book Outlet. And so yeah, it's been on my shelf at least since the summertime, because I want to say that's around the time I discovered Book Outlet. And so yeah, that is Blood Debts. It's gonna be good. I can't wait to read this one. Now this one, I do not have on audio, nor do I have on my Kindle. However, in my Everend app, I do have the ebook. And so I told myself, try to physically read, like not e-read, not Kindle, like physically turn the pages of a book. So that's why I chose this book and kept it on my list, so I can actually get the true feeling of turning the pages and things of that nature. So that is book number 3, Blood Debts by Terry J. Benson Walker. Moving on to book number 4. Honestly, I don't think this will be any surprise because I did allude to this book and the book after that in my previous video, if I'm not mistaken. And obviously, since I don't have those physical copies and they're only available to me via audio, again, I need to check if they're on Kindle. I will make sure that I pop up there the pictures, the cover of the book somewhere here. I'm going to use my iPad to share with you guys more about book number 4, which is Don't Cry For Me by Daniel Black. Staying very true to me never reading any material from this author, and therefore I'm very much excited. These book recommendations specifically came from Desmond Z. Initially, I heard him mention Isaac's Song, but obviously in his video he referenced Don't Cry For Me. And then my girl Kayla over there on their channel, Kayla's Bookish Vibes, she just did a reading vlog of these two, and she also has a special series going on where she's getting book recommendations from other booktubers. And obviously she also got it from Desmond Z, and so she absolutely loved these. But I also am aware that this is more so her genre and what she gravitates towards instead of myself. But I'm challenging myself this year. It's 2025. I'm excited to read them, honestly. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into reading the synopsis. What Don't Cry For Me is about, it says, as Jacob lies dying, he begins to write a letter to his only son, Isaac. They have not met or spoken in many years, and there are things that Isaac must know. Stories about his ancestral legacy in rural Arkansas that extend back to slavery. Secrets from Jacob's tumultuous relationship with Isaac's mother and the shame he carries from the dissolution of their family. Tragedies that inform Jacob's role as a father and his reaction to Isaac's being gay. But most of all, Jacob must share with Isaac the unspoken truths that reside in his heart. He must give voice to the trauma that Isaac has inherited, and he must create a space for the two to find peace. With piercing insight and profound empathy, acclaimed author Daniel Black illuminates the lived experiences of Black fathers and queer sons, offering an authentic and ultimately hopeful portrait of reckoning and reconciliation. Spare as it is sweeping, poetic, as it is compulsively readable, Don't Cry For Me is a monumental novel about one family grappling with love's hard edges and the unexpected places where hope and healing take flight. Oh, that was beautiful. And so after reading this, I am even more excited to just read about it and to be in the worlds of Jacob and Isaac. And so that is Don't Cry For Me by Daniel Black. That is book number 4 for my February TBR. I am now going to read you guys a synopsis of Isaac's Song by Daniel Black as well from my iPad. So the synopsis says, Isaac is at a crossroads in his young life. Growing up in Missouri, the son of a caustic, hard-driving father, he was conditioned to suppress his artistic pursuits and physical desires, notions that didn't align with a traditional view of masculinity. But now, in late 80s Chicago, Isaac has finally carved out a life of his own. He is sensitive and tender-hearted and has built up the courage to seek out a community. Yet, just as he begins to embrace who he is, two social catalysts, the AIDS crisis and Rodney King's attack, collectively extinguish his hard-earned joy. At a therapist's encouragement, Isaac began to write down his story. In the process, he taps into a creative energy that will send him on a journey back to his family, his ancestral home in Arkansas, and the inherited trauma of the nation's dark past. But a surprise discovery will either unlock the truths he's seeking or threaten to derail the life he's fought so hard to claim. All right, so that is Isaac's song. And honestly, this is the synopsis I did read because I remember being triggered by the AIDS epidemic as well as the Rodney King attack that happened back in the day. And so I think that's also what frightened me, because before I read up on the synopsis of Don't Cry For Me, I immediately went to Isaac's song and I read about it, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to read those hard topics, but it seems like it's going to be okay. It seems like it is going to be okay. Yes, it's a part of the story, but I don't think it's the entirety of the story. And so now I'm more calm, now I'm more receptive to read and kind of just color outside of the lines. And what I mean by that is just reading and enjoying genres that I typically do not gravitate towards. And so that is where Don't Cry For Me and Isaac's song will fall into those categories. So yeah, friends, I think that is it. We made it to the end of the video. Just to do a full wrap up of the books I plan to read for this fabulous month of February, I will be reading Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. Book number 2 will be 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. Book number 3 is Blood Debts by Terry J. Benton Walker. Book number 4 is Don't Cry For Me by Daniel Black. And lastly, but certainly not least, book number 5 is Isaac's Song, also by Daniel Black. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, I truly thank you so much. Please share below if you've read any of these books, and if so, what were your thoughts about them? And if you have not, do you guys currently have any of these on your February TBR? All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and also hit the notification bell so you are aware when I upload my next video. Talk to you guys later. Bye. I think after 2 minutes, we are good for our thumbnail. I'm really trying my best to not say so a lot because I edit so and out of my video so much. On the anniversary of these Trudel. Okay, so